Trina showed signs of intellectual disabilities and other troubles at a young age. Her mother's death, the abuse, and the desperate circumstances all exacerbated Trina's emotional and mental health problems. She accidentally set her friends' house on fire and killed them. She was so non-functional and listless that her appointed lawyer thought she was incompetent to stand trial. Because she was incompetent, it meant she couldn't be tried or prosecuted until she became well. But Trina's lawyer failed to file the appropriate motions or present evidence to support an incompetency determination for Trina. For a tragic crime committed at age 14, Trina was condemned to die in prison. At the prison, a male correctional officer pulled her into a secluded area and raped her. After this series of events, the fire, the imprisonment, the rape, the traumatic birth, and then the seizure of her son, Trina's mental health deteriorated further.
George Daniels suffered brain damage from a car accident. He never sought medical assistance, and quickly his symptoms got worse. He experienced vivid hallucinations and erratic behavior. One night, he left his home, taking a bus until he ran out of money. He walked into a random house, and the police were called by the startled homeowner. In the scuffle involving the arrest, an officer's gun was discharged, and his fellow officer was shot and died. George was arrested for capital murder. In jail, he quickly became psychotic. He wouldn't leave his cell, he ate his feces, he didn't recognize his own mother when she visited. His two appointed lawyers were mainly concerned with the $1,000 they were offered. They even ironically filed a civil suit against each other involving who would receive the money instead of strengthening George's case. In addition, he received a medical examination from a Dr. Seeger who concluded he was simply faking the symptoms of a mental illness. At the trial, the lawyers were bickering and produced no evidence nor called any witnesses to the stand. Dr. Seeger was called, though, and he persuaded the jury that George was a completely healthy man, even though during the trial he continuously made clucking noises and spit into a cup, obviously expressing his unhealthy state. Following the result of the trial, he was placed on death row. He remained there for several years until a firm called EJI came to his assistance. Dr. Seeger was later discovered to be a fraud who had faked his credentials even though he had spent 8 years misdiagnosing countless others accused of crimes. Despite this, the state did not grant a new trial for George. It took several more tries until eventually he was granted a retrial and released from prison.